Hi guys, it's Black Spring with Autumn here again with you. So just coming back in. I know I came on yesterday or last night regarding talking about the port strike. Okay, so the only thing I really have on that is that apparently, that the pressure is on for Joe Biden uh, to intervene. In fact, I did watch a presser with Jean Pierre, Jean Carine, Jean Pierre, Jean Carine, Karine Jean Pierre. I cannot get it together today. Karine Jean Pierre, and she was not really. I think the press was asking her a similar question as to how long would it be before Joe Biden actually intervened. But according to a Newsweek piece that I'm reading, that the ILA employees actually rejected a 50%, a nearly 50% wage increase. Now, I don't know how near 50% increase was offered in that, but apparently, according to Newsweek, that they were looking for about 77% with added protections against automation. And I do believe that the long term, I think that the automation talking point is the critical piece in this, because beyond today, there's no intent. I don't think these companies have any intentions of slowing down AI, or yeah, I don't think that their concern is to um they're not going to slow down. If anything, they've hastened automation. They've hastened automation in every industry. And to me, this is no exception. Okay. So this is coming out of a Newsweek. Joe Biden, I don't know. I think I was talking to you guys yesterday. I saw out of a Miami port workers that they were protesting, and most of their signage talked about wages, but they're also looking for, as I said, they want protections from the automation, and I would imagine that that is the much more far-reaching. Um, that's much more far-reaching, and yeah, like what about what? Dare I say, I don't want to sing that song. Is it a Toby Keith song? I don't even know if I'm sure from the words. What about now? What about then? I don't. You got to go beyond today. Okay, you have to go beyond that. So apparently, the shipping companies made billions of dollars during CV19, um, and by charging high prices despite workers earning $20 an hour on average. The Philadelphia ILA president Boise Butler said, and so he says, "No, we want them. We want them to pay back. They're going to pay back." Shout out to Derek C. Williams. Derek C. Williams, if you're in the sound of this stream, let me know. But yeah, so I don't know. I don't know about this strike ending anytime soon. Um, but do I think Joe Biden's going to do? He what is it? He touts that he's the most pro, dare I say, pro union president. I mean, he's done that in the past, right? But he's not quite, walking toeing the line on this one, is he? Just saying, just making an observation here. And then his secretary is definitely, she's she's definitely America's Baghdad Bob. And then she declines. She's not going to really answer. Oh, her response to most things. Oh, we're going to continue to have conversations. And to me, ladies and gentlemen, that's all they are. If they are conversations, that's all they are. As to most things, you're not doing anything about anything until you're actually doing something about anything. And we know, we've seen, what that looks like on this end. Okay. So, but then there's this TAF Act. I think she was asked explicitly, directly, was, this 1947 Taft-Hartley Act. It was he going to enact this? And there again, she pled the, oh, well, I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not, I can't answer that from here. And, we're monitoring it closely. And, and then, oh, you look at what this president has done. And what are you talking about? Are you kidding me? It's just, I'm just saying. So it's officially known as the Labor Management Relations Act, the Taft-Hartley Act, which was introduced after World War II. Okay, designed to limit union power and allow presidential intervention in strikes that threaten national security or public health. See, that's what we're afraid of. Okay, when they start talking about threats to national security, and I think you guys know, I think that this is a powder keg, and there's a lot of implications here. Okay, Marcy D, thanks so much for tuning in. She says, are they going to end that, or are they going to leave it alone like they said? Who knows? It's like, I don't really trust anything these people say. I don't. So it says this is out of Newsweek. This was drafted by Republican Senator Robert Taft and Representative Fred Hartley. The law allows the president to request a court order suspending strikes, but it has been met with resistance from unions. So we'll just have to wait and see. But beyond that, let me come in with my second piece. I want to go away from this in just a second here, because I'm kind of flying. I'm just kind of winging it after another, wonky day. So let me just tell you. Let's go here. I'm not sure if, so historically, it looks like in 2002, President George W. Bush used it to end the labor dispute involving West Coast ports. And, according to this, more than 10,000 longshoremen were affected, forcing 29 ports to stay open. And Bush justified his action as, vital to our economy and to our military. By that point, the strikes had allegedly cost the economy $10 billion. It says Biden could follow a similar part, but the potential backlash from unions may weigh heavily on his decision. So, we'll see. According to this, ILA President Harold Daggett warned in September that the president had neglected their concerns. Where's the president of the United States? He's not fighting for us. He said he said in the video posted to the union's YouTube page. Okay, so as I said, they've rejected the latest offer. They've already rejected that one. So we'll see, but there again, of course, they bring out the profits that were made. We all know that, the big box company, we all know that the big wigs or the big wheels, we all know that they profited from Dimick 1. Okay. But what I want to do is change gears for a little bit. Of course, consumers, concerns grow and frustration grows. And to me, I think we're dealing with an empty suit, vastly. So I don't expect him to do anything. But they said, of course, they're factoring in, of course, the 2024 election looming. The administration faces a difficult decision but you see how they've already transferred the heat off of themselves. They've kind of put themselves on a cool burner. Yet it's like, instead of Kamala being in place right now to do something, if she was such a great selection, he had so much faith in her, why not? Why didn't he actually pass the torch instead of making all of these, instead of all this figurative, this non-literal language about what's really going on, this crafty language? Because to me, it basically takes the heat off of him. Well, they can't blame, he's not going to get reelected because they've already eliminated. He's already been canned like tuna on that end. But then in the meantime, they just put somebody else's already standing, and somebody even more impotent is standing in the shadow right now. So it's basically, it kind of transferred the heat. I mean, like, do we have a president? I mean, honestly, to me, him showing up for anything gives people no more comfort than, I think, women's issues, the Crimson Wave once a month. I'm sorry, you guys, that's a little bit. Yeah, take cover now. Take cover. Uh, but yeah, so let me go to it. Let me switch gears here, if you don't mind. I'm gonna switch gears really quickly. There is another story that's out there. I'm doing this a little bit on the fly because I really want to go in studio, but I just figured let's just come in here just for a second. Okay, so thank you for joining me for the whopping 10 minutes and 47 seconds of your life. You may not be able to get it back, but maybe I'll say something that's something stimulating or whatnot. So apparently, this is from AOL.com. Bank of America is down. This is users report their accounts showing empty balances during a widespread outage. Folks, I'm telling you that this is why I keep calling all of these little landmines are basically like the perfect storm right now. Okay, so with that said, apparently thousands of Bank of America customers reported trouble accessing their bank accounts Wednesday afternoon as the financial institutions faced a widespread outage. Now, on social media, customers said they could not view their account balances. Those who could view their accounts said that they were met with an alarming zero balance. For many, a connection error message popped up while they were trying to log into the banking app. The message says it was, quote, unable to complete your request and asked the user to try again later. By 1:15 p.m. Eastern Time, nearly 20,000 consumers said that they were having trouble, according to the Down Detector, which reports web outages. That number dropped before rising again around 2:45 p.m. That's Eastern Standard Time. So you've got some people on here that took to Twitter and say, Bank of America, what's going on? Why isn't anyone talking about their accounts showing zero balance? So I said, I'm telling you, this thing is running hot. I'm telling you what I think the collapse is impending. And I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer or doom and gloomer, but I'm telling you, just look at everything. Storms, collapses. We've had, the impact, we've had the collisions with the bridges. What's going on in the last 3 years, you might say 18 months, has been nothing short of, it's been ground shaking. Okay. So according to this, in a statement, a spokesperson for Bank of America said some clients are experiencing issue accessing their accounts and balance information today. These issues are being addressed and have largely been resolved. We apologize for any inconvenience. Customers, we are expecting the outage flocked. Customers were experiencing the outage flocked to social media platforms such as X and Reddit to confirm they were having similar issues. Okay, so many reported having difficulties reaching Bank of America customer service. What a surprise. Okay, so you have all these people coming on saying, oh, this one lady says, I'm having a heart attack this morning thanks to Bank of America. They really need to be addressing this. So according to this, Bank of America experienced an outage over the summer when CrowdStrike, the global cybersecurity company, faced a massive crash due to a flawed update. So I honestly, I just said, to me, this is going to be, I think these outages, and are they going to blame it on the grid, or where are they going to go? What are they going to blame this on, and then how long before there is a solution, or before somebody comes along and, or somebody, puts themselves out there and allegedly saves the day, or, they're the savior or whatever in this whole situation. It's coming, I believe. I think it's going to come it's going to come sooner than we think. But yeah, but so we could look on, of course they have another subheading here. This is customers and experts react to the Bank of America outage. Um, and of course, they're issuing apologies. He said multiple bank rate employees were among those unable to access their bank accounts, Bank of America accounts Wednesday. Quote, some clients are experiencing an issue accessing their accounts and balance information today. A Bank of America spokesperson told Bankrate in an email Wednesday afternoon, quote, these issues are being addressed and have largely been resolved. We apologize for any inconvenience. Okay, so it goes on. It says, freaking out. My balance showed 0 too. So you can see a lot of testimonials. I don't know, to me, I think just all of our institutions have been shaken to some degree. And for them to me, since CV19, I think restoration of faith, a restoration faith in any of them is going to be hard to come by. You have a few institutions that have they have regular occurrences, or it's just nothing. And between Wells Fargo and Bank of America, and even Chase Bank, it's just a matter of flip a coin, or roll the dice and see which one is it today. So then of course they always send you back to the manual transmission and say, oh, pay your bills directly with creditors. Check for fees and fraudulent activity after you're back online. Because see, there's the problem. I mean, who really trusts these systems? If you think about it, the better the credit bureaus. I mean, there's been so many breaches with the credit bureaus. I mean, are you really, a lot of these companies, including the banking institutions, offer some type of credit monitoring system or credit monitoring service, but they have their own issues. Who's going to monitor the service? Who's going to monitor the credit monitoring service? So to me, we don't really, it's a web. We don't really have, there really aren't any solutions, but there's somebody somewhere, has the reins. They do. So I don't know. Is there anybody out here that's affected by the Bank of America issue today? I'm not sure. Let me know what you think in the comments section. Also, if you have any other updates on the port strike from the internet, the ILA, let me know. I'd love to hear about it. But yes, so hang in there, because they really want you to, as much as they talk about AI and, oh, this is for your security, for your protection, and then at the end of the day, it's really not. It's more just raising surveillance. Just that all the freedom and liberties, they always come with a cost. It's always at somebody else's expense. So was it really liberty and freedom that we're dealing with? I mean, for some of these extremists or some of these people of the, these pseudo enlightened people. But yeah, there's always a plan. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I appreciate you guys for hanging in there, tuning in there, on this hump day. And I will talk to you guys soon. And I'm sure I'll be back in studio, and we'll see what happens. But until then, thank you so much, Marcy T, for hanging in. And if you are ghost watching, or if you're considering coming in, thanks for considering Black Spring with Autumn on this Wednesday. Bye for now.